Good morning. It's Saturday the 3rd of November, and it was a lovely frosty night, but anyway, I'm at the old tricks. Duck pie. This is a different set of ducks. Whoops, fell in. Right, now. I am a Christian. I am with St. Paul, who was for love, for hope, for faith. So I want to be for things, not against them. I'm still, inevitably for me, troubled by, in my spirit, troubled that I live here, albeit as I do, and we're coming up to Armistice Day yet again, in a week's time, on the 11th, obviously, of November. Yes, one commemorates those who have died for this, our future, but don't do it again, and we do. That is the problem. Utterly, for me, that is the problem. If we turn to Christ, then we must renounce all forms of violence. That's it. There's no grey area. I know clearly how much that goes against the grain of the bulk of the population of these islands, Britain. Obviously. There's the history and so on and so on. So there we are. My duty as a Christian is to know and see the world as it is, but to keep within me the light of Christ shining. And that light of Christ utterly says, no violence. There used to be that canon, CND, Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament. We pretty much accept this background threat of the fact that there haven't been a major Western war since the Second World War, supported whatever by this nuclear umbrella idea. Rubbish. Not if we're prepared to use them, which we are, the West. Clearly it's not an issue that's going to go away in my lifetime. Equally clearly, I cannot just sit by and ignore it. But also, there is life other than this one issue. Albeit it is a major issue. I just met a lady in the library yesterday from South Africa, which is where I happen to have been born as well. I had a missionary ancestor, Dr. William Ross, who trained as a missionary and went out to Southern Africa, trained with Dr. David Livingstone. There, the levels of violence are extraordinary. You know, the killing is happening all the time, all around them. Here, look at me, sitting peacefully with my ducks, being attacked by the ducks and the rain at the moment. But apart from that, you know, I'm safe, aren't I? And the kids occasionally. But we obviously take that for granted. This freedom of speech, the fact that I can speak about these things. The Queen is the titular head of the Church of England. She's the head of state. And I utterly disagree with the violence. But I'm allowed to say that. You know, it's not off with my head immediately, is it anyway? Right, so that's the thought. I'm for faith, for hope, for love. And the loving thing to do with the naughty children and the people around me in this dark world in which I live is to shed a bit of the light of Christ in their lives. There we are. Duck pie for Christmas. Shall we have you? Big fat duck. A big fat duck. No, you're my favourite actually. This one's slightly wounded. Cheerio!